going to just start. Hello ladies, I think I'm live. It's a lovely evening in London. It used to be earlier today really horrible and very rainy and disgusting. I'm actually going to get undressed to get dressed again, but I just want to share with you, because I'm going to go out this evening, what my little quick routine is going to be to get ready to go out, what I'm going to wear tonight, what I bought, one or two things, so that's just about it. There we go. So, let me get my things together. I hope you had a nice weekend. I had a very pleasant weekend. My daughter is at school and I didn't get to see her because the first weekend, it's what they call a closed weekend. But I went to see my mum, and my mum lives outside London in a home. My dad died a year and a half ago, and my mum has a little bit of Alzheimer's. So I spent Sunday with her, and I took one of her friends out with her. And I don't know how many of you have mums who are getting on, but I did feel this weekend, actually I'm going to quickly tell you my routine as I tell you this story. I'm going to do a bit of exfoliation, quick little mask, and my makeup. So I'm going to start off with my, I just had it here and now it's gone. You see, this is what happens to us in our homes. I had my Dr. Lancer right in front of me, and it's gone. Hold on, ladies, one second. I'm gonna... Hi from Laura, Lorraine, Tracy, Holly. They're all excited to get you live. Hello, ladies. Really nice. You know what? I was just feeling a bit, you know, my Mondays, they can be a bit blah. My phone is actually at an angle. It's not just me. And I just thought, oh, actually, Chloe, let's do one tomorrow. And then I thought, you know what? You always cheer me up. So here I am. I'm going to start with Jurlique. Very old brand in terms of I've known it for a long time, and it's their daily exfoliating cream, and it's just a nice gentle exfoliator. I usually have a bit of makeup on when I put it on my face. It tingles a little bit. It's slightly like Dr. Hauschka Jurlique. They're very similar brands. Dr. Hauschka is the German organic brand. Jurlique is its Australian sister. And I always kind of put this on when I'm feeling I've done quite a long routine of exfoliation and retinols and everything, and I want a softer approach. So today I'm going to be doing a little bit of organic softness. You know what, Chloe, there's some people also I could maybe get in. Oh look, I've just made my blouse dirty. So I might consider that with questions, and we can try and do it, Chloe. Should we try and do that? Yes. All right, so... hello from Las Vegas, Argentina and Monte Carlo. Oh my God! You see, already I'm in a better mood. Thank you. Hi, ladies. Really, it's the best medicine. It's the best medicine for me on a Monday evening, because I haven't been sleeping all that well, and I'm keeping my poor boyfriend up at night. What I do is I get into bed and I fall asleep quite quickly, and then I wake up and I pretend I've watched more of a film than I have, and then he's like, I'm always, you know, looking out for you, and it must be really irritating for him, and I then get defensive and I sort of pretend I wasn't asleep as long as I was, and it's a bit of exhaustion, I think, and I'm not getting enough sleep at night. So anyway, that's why I think today I woke up feeling frazzled already. So I've done the cleanser from Jurlique, and now I'm just doing this little routine I always do actually, which is Goldfaden Advanced Scrub. So you might think I'm doing double exfoliation, which is in fact what I'm doing. But I'm going to put a little glycolic mask on afterwards, and I just want to really get any dead skin cells off my face. I'm going to rub around my lip area quite strong, which I always do, and around my jawline. I've got a lot of hairs growing in my jaw, I've realised. And then take it off, and then we're going to go, my lovely shirt is going to get ruined. And then I'm going to go for my mask, and I'm going to tell you about my mum. A great mask I love to use. It's very inexpensive, and sometimes it's tricky finding really inexpensive things that are good when I try things from many different price points. Sometimes expensive is the only way forward, but other times you can get something really inexpensive and you think it does the same trick. So one thing is the Andalou Glycolic mask. They have an enzyme mask. There's quite a few that I use from them. Let me see if I can look under my glycolic exfoliating mask. There's a few more. But if I were to compare this exfoliating mask with Tata Harper's exfoliating mask or a few others, I'd say it's just about the same. They do pumpkin with this one. I think, is it glycolic? This is the pumpkin one, pumpkin and honey. And it's quite strong because you do feel a nice little tingle when it goes on. And Andalou is, probably, this mask is 12 or 14 pounds. And for a very thorough enzyme mask, I think it's a brilliant price because I know the ingredients are very good and very pure. I'm going to get that on and then chat to you. Now, where was I? So, this weekend, I go and see my mum. And my daughter is in boarding school and my mum's in her residential accommodation. And I think they're both quite similar because they both are in a place which is slightly an institution, and they both can't leave of their own accord. And I went there and I saw my mum. She was playing Scrabble with some people who some of them she remembers and some of them she doesn't, but they're all very friendly with her. So I thought I'll invite one of them out for lunch. So I invited Margaret out for lunch with my mum and we went for lunch, and I thought this is delightful, we'll do this. And then I'll get to know mummy's friends that she can't always remember. So that's my Sunday, and Lila is settling in well. I spoke to her just now, she'll probably call in a minute. She's going up for to be in the school play tonight. She's got a second call, so she's quite excited. Anyway, I'm taking questions. So, Chloe.
Eye cream for puffy eyes.
Eye cream for puffy eyes. Now, there's different kinds of puffy. So, I always think that when you have puffy eyes, it might be the eye cream might not be the best solution. So, I'll tell you the reasons I think you can have puffy eyes. One is you can be sleeping too flat, and you should perhaps consider, are you getting the right drainage under your eyes? Because that puffiness is really your lymphatic system not working brilliantly, so the puff stays there. That's one reason people can have puff. And it can be sort of genetic. So you could sleep with a couple of pillows under your head and see if that makes any difference. Another reason to get puffy eyes, which is why I get puffy eyes, is when I have way too much dairy. So I have, you know, a bowl of Haagen-Dazs before I go to bed, and I'll wake up and my eyes will be puffier. So I think look at those as solutions as well. It could be that you carry water retention, and then for me, with my sort of water retention issues, I take quite a lot of turmeric, which is a really nice kind of just takes down inflammation. And I think puffiness is in a way some kind of slight blockage or inflammation around your eye area. In terms of a cream that will immediately work, I think it's very difficult that any eye cream will actually take down puffiness unless it's going to slightly dry your eye, because the ingredients that can reduce puffiness short term, which give you tingle and make you feel that reduction like you might do putting a leg cream on that gives a tingle, they're going to be a little bit drying. So in my eye, I'm going to show you my eye section, and I'll tell you if there's anything here that I think, if it was just a superficial eye problem. Oh God, Chloe, help me here. Eye creams. Okay. Let me see. Because what they all say is interesting. You know what I need, Chloe, is my glasses. Yeah. Oh wait, they're in my hair. All right. God, I'm turning into my mother. Okay. Very expensive eye cream, NATURA BISSÉ, which I occasionally use, is actually a hydrating eye cream. And I do love this to energize my eyes. Now, that doesn't mean to say it's going to totally reduce puffiness, but I feel it gives a sort of brightness around my eye area. So I think that is a good one. My favorite one I've run out of, which is normally here, is Cosmetics Opti Eye Crystal. And I think it's just a brilliant eye cream. It has chirally correct ingredients, so they penetrate well. And it does a mixture of reduces lines. It does a bit of everything, but it's quite a good one. Actually reducing puffiness. Now, there is the caffeine solution from The Ordinary, and if you imagine what caffeine does, it does kind of dehydrate you. So by osmosis, not by osmosis, but by, there we go again, caffeine solution could be worth trying. It's also The Ordinary, so the price point is good. So those are my little eye ones. My instant eye one, which I go to, which I love just for a witch hazel effect, which is a very, very superficial effect of reducing any puffiness, is actually by Les Embryolles. Sorry, I'm gonna go like that because we've got very shiny. I'm gonna go there. By Les Embryolles, and you can buy it in Boots. So that is, I think those are good ones. So those are my eye ones. Okay.
Question,
yes.
Rebecca.
Yes.
So what is the quickest and easiest facial facial routine, and she's a tired 30-something skin.
A quickest and easiest facial routine. I would say, darling, that to do an exfoliation in the morning, I think is important. But one of the quickest routines that I do when I wake up or when I get back before I go out for a party or something, or a nice dinner, is I will do an exfoliator. So you could choose within your budget whichever exfoliator. I have many exfoliators I've talked about, and we did our Secret 7 exfoliators on TRINNY London, didn't we? Okay. Go on TRINNY London and you'll see all my favourite exfoliators. I say exfoliate, and then I would say get an oil, and I'm just going to get you an oil. 1 second. Let me get an oil, facial oil. So we could do today, we will do, there's an energizing one here somewhere. Rose. Oh, this one. I'm going to do Jurlique again. Get a facial.
Meanwhile, it's early morning in New Zealand, and they're saying hi from Scandinavia.
Oh, lovely. Okay, get some oil, put it on, whichever one you choose. I also did my Secret 7 facial oils, but in my favourites on the inexpensive range was the ordinary rose hip oil. On the most expensive was one of my favourite oils, which is Vintner's Daughter. So you've exfoliated, that's taken you 2 minutes. Then you get a plastic dermal roller. I get this off Amazon, but they're by Jean Philbert. Is it Jean Philbert? I've got it on TRINNY London, and I just do a little movement. You could be on the loo, darling, doing this as you're getting ready. You could be, you know, whatever. But this I could do for 2 minutes, and then it really wakes up my skin more than just layering and layering products. So I just do that, and I feel I'm there. I push it up a bit here, like that, waking up my skin. I'll do my eye area there. I'll go across and I'll go up and down. This is not a metal dermal roller. This is a plastic one. But what it's doing is allowing you to massage your face without pulling like that. If you've got a bit more time, gentle massage. And then your skin's going to feel stimulated. And you hopefully then, when you put on your makeup, there's nothing worse than putting our makeup on a really tired face that feels tired. So if I put my makeup on now, which I'm going to do because I'm going to go out, I feel my skin is looking awake. I'll take off the excess. So I haven't used a serum, I haven't used it, I've just literally done exfoliator oil. Take off the excess. And if you're oily in your skin, you could use the one I just used actually, which is really lovely, which is Jurlique Skin Balancing On. That's very good if you have an oily skin. Don't feel if you have an oily skin you can't use an oil. So take off the excess like that. And then we're ready to put on some makeup, which I'm going to do. I'm going to get ready, Chloe, to go out.
Just one question.
Yes,
Are
many.
dermal rollers okay for sensitive skin?
What?
If the dermal rollers are okay for sensitive skin?
Dermal rollers are fine for sensitive skin because it's a plastic dermal roller. If you have a skin that's so sensitive that when you do that you go incredibly red, then do it gently. But we want to stimulate our skin, and even though skin might be sensitive, it's important to stimulate it. It's an organ, it's your biggest organ on your body, and you need it to feel alive and energized. When you're doing microneedling, many women with rosacea and scars and acne and things that give the skin a lack of balance do use dermal rolling, and done with a small enough needle, that can be good too. So don't feel that because your skin is sensitive, there's many things you can't do. Slowly try introducing things and see how they go. Gently does it. All right, I'm going to do today, I'm going to do a drugstore makeup, all right, because I think it's always good for us to think, could we go into Boots or our cheapest drugstore and get products that could be nearly as good as their expensive equivalent. So I'm going to go to my drugstore concealers, and I'm going to choose one that I really do like, which is NYX. And they do a creamy concealer, and it's not that different from, I mean, it is different because the price is enormously different, but I just had out here, okay, I'll do one on one eye. I did this a while ago, but it's quite fun. NARS, NYX. Colours are quite similar. So on this side, I'm going to do the NYX. I'll put that on like that. And they have very good colours in NYX. The price points are really great. This one, actually, I've had a while because it's beginning to smell. You must remember with cosmetics, if you put them on and they're beginning to smell, it could be time to change them over. So there, that's a gentle concealing. There we go. I like to always, I prefer cream-based products. And it's not my age, it's not my skin type. I just think that for a finish, it's the finish, it's the look I want when I finish. I'm going to use the NARS on the outside, which is a lovely product actually. Their Radiance Concealer, I think it's called, but it's the only one they have in a tube. And it's easy to blend. I like a product that you can really blend. I don't like to use brushes that much because my personal feeling is that brushes can be very unhygienic, but also if I wash my hands and if my hands are clean, the contact with my skin allows me to use the oils on my skin and really just penetrate products in so that they go inside and I don't look at my face and think I'm really wearing makeup. So I've taken off the dark circles. I'm going to go back to the NARS, back to the NYX and do this side of my face here. Just a little bit. You can see it go in. Just covering where I've got a little bit of redness there actually. And then I'll do a little bit here. And covering it. I'm not using foundation, am I? But let's use in the wrong order because I'm thinking, actually, we'll put some on. I'm going to use a little bit of a day cream, which has got a bit of a tint in it. So I'm going to do my drugstore foundations. No, I'm going to do my drugstore. I love this. This is not totally drugstore, but it's one of my favourite products. It's not drugstore, it's medium range, which is Complexion Rescue from Bare Minerals. It's a very nice product. They do many colours and it's it's not a tinted moisturiser, it's got an SPF. It's a bit of moisturiser, not a huge amount. And it has, I think SPF 20, but it just gives a nice finish to the skin. It will bring together your concealer. I'm now putting everything everywhere. And your, here, up here. Okay, tiny bit. It keeps the glow. So I don't want to have a fully made up face, I want a glow. Then I'm going to use any questions, darling, because I am being yabbity on.
Yes, I have one, but it's not makeup related. So Mary says, TRINNY addict here. Any recommendation for dealing with facial hairs that cause spots on the chin area?
Facial hairs that cause spots on the chin area. I have some, and let me just do this now, actually. It's so bad. Here, look, I'm going to show you. Can you just see? 1 second. I have got, I wanted to get it all day. Oh, yes! Facial hairs. I thread my lower face at least once every 6 weeks. Now, a lot of people are scared of threading anywhere other than their brows, but I do enjoy threading and I think it gives a very smooth complexion, and sometimes people are worried that they might get spots from threading, but I think the key and the most important thing is if you've got facial hair and you don't like it and you live in a climate where sometimes it's sunny, I don't particularly think we want to have a reflection of a potential beard coming out. So for me, if you can see the light bouncing back off here, I've got a few little hairs that kind of probably are 1 centimetre long. Time for me to go and get my my face threaded. But when you thread, it's very important that you clean your face before you go, because any procedure from my PRP that I do, where I put those little needles in and put the plasma back in, which you saw me do on Facebook, to any laser you might do, have a very clean skin before you have anything done. So threading, have a really clean skin, and then when you finish your threading, don't touch your chin with your hands, because our hands go everywhere. Even if we think they're clean, we might touch something with a bit of germ on. And then I think you will be all right and you can deal with facial hair not giving you spots. I hope I answered the question. It was a very long, convoluted way. Yes, Chloe.
Yeah, and then Rachel just purchased the ordinary vitamin C.
Yes.
But she's wondering how much should she use, because it says a small amount on the package.
Okay, I have it here. I think it's a great product. Did you get, because they brought out a new vitamin C, the ordinary, they brought out a 23%, I think. Let me just see which one, if I filed it away. Do you have the new one with the silicone? Because that one is different, but they're both probably, you'd use the same amount. So, oh shit. don't worry, something just fell. So let me show you the two ordinary ones. Their original was the vitamin C 23%. That's a bit grainy, and I would probably use, darling, about that much, like that. Because don't forget, I'm going to put this on top of my makeup now just to show you, which would be a bit weird, but you know, I'd use it like that. And then don't forget to use your neck, and any excess you have, put it on your hands, because vitamin C is incredibly good for any types of age spots or discoloration. If you have the other one, which is the new one, which I really love, because the original one was a little bit grainy. You felt the vitamin C working because there's a certain tingling with vitamin C. But the new one, which is 30% with silicone in it, actually has a much nicer consistency. You'd probably use the same amount again, like that. And use it in your routine as soon as you've cleansed your face. I'm just going to put this on my hands actually now. They're very nice products, and quite a few of you ladies asked me if I'm going to add vitamin C to my skincare routine, what shall I start with? I'd say they're two really good ones to start with, and the price point is £6 or £7. It's incredibly purchasable. If you're going up the scale, there's some other really good vitamin C's, and I put them onto TRINNY London. My two favourites are, well, three favourites are Dr. Seabag, that was my lawyer calling, and she's lost my train of thought, Julia Hunter vitamin C powder as well, and SkinCeuticals CE Furonic. So those are my favourites. It's a very important thing to put in your routine. Can I just say two things I want to say? The NIOD copper isotate that I was using last week, was it 2 weeks ago, Chloe, I did it? The purple one. It's brilliant. It's so brilliant. I mean, I do feel I've finished the whole bottle, and it's the blue one. And do you remember I talked about how copper had peptides in it that actually went in and in a sort of roundabout way retrained your skin to understand it needed to produce collagen. It was sort of the vehicle's message is what the copper isolate is. Sounds odd, but it works. It's really, really good. I did 5% and I'm going to go back to 1%. I'm going so off course here. Vitamin C powder. Recognition, fine lines under the eyes. Fine lines under the eyes. You can use serums, and I tend on, you ask me all so often about eye creams, but I kind of feel that whatever serum I'm using, and I'm using two brilliant products right now actually, which I will list later in my skincare routine. I was going to tell you tomorrow morning, which is this one, Vital Treatment. It's a kind of 8 nourishing beans. It's activating and lifting. It's a weird toner, but it's not a toner. It's just an amazing product by Blythe. I love it so much. And then I'm using Hannah Dotter, and Hannah Dotter is the Icelandic skincare brand. It just has 4 products in it, and I had talked about their smelly seaweed mask that I think I had on Instagram, but I might have had on something else. But they have a serum, and they call it, it's their serum, but basically they call it Elixir of Minerals. I put that on after this, and I put the copper on before, and I'm loving this routine. It's one of, you know, I'm addicted to Julia Hunter, but this I've been doing for 13 days, and I love it so much. So I'll write them down properly so you know them, for those of you who want to follow. I'm finishing off my makeup because this is going to be a 5-minute one. Any other questions? Superdrug dry shampoos are made in only £1. Thank you. Would you Botox under the eye? I saw Dr. Seabag online. He said to have Botox on the nasal lines if you're having lip filler. What do you think? Okay, I had my Botox done last week. I have it done with Seabag, and he will do my forehead, and he'll do just there, and he'll do here, so I don't get marionette mouth. So the nasal lines here, he doesn't do for me, I don't think. And if you've had lip filler, wouldn't be relevant. So I don't know if I answered your question. I hope I answered your question. Hello, Elizabeth. Thank you for saying that. You're very sweet.
And he's asking, could I just come and live with you?
You could so live with my bar. Okay, I'm going to end on 3 things, because, ladies, this is a quick Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. All right, just to make all of us feel we're having a good Monday. Autumn, winter's coming. There's a lot of fashion out there. It is tricky to figure out what are we going to embrace this season and what suits us. I did do a quick little Facebook that will be below this one on a few things I did on this morning, and we did do a little thing on trends. But I'm going to do, Chloe, I think we'll do this Thursday if we have time, more on trends. I've got a rail of clothing building up that I bought from Zara. And from one or two other places. So I'll go into that more deeply. I'm just going to show you one outfit now that I bought, but I'm going to end with a very nice product because I want to talk about multi-purposing our makeup that we have in our bag. So this is, I'm trying to get you the colour because it's really good. Can you read that colour for me? Sorry, Claire, can you read it? Can you read it? See, it's difficult to read. There, come on.
Sorry. Poppy petal.
Thank you. God, I'm glad it's not just me. So when I was with my mum in Marlow, I went to the local Boots, and I always like to go to regional Boots because I want to see what everyone's got. And they do have these lip balms that have colour, and you know I'm obsessed with a product that has just a lip balm. So this is a good colour, and you can just do it like that. It's not too much colour, but it's a nice colour to just make you feel a bit alive. And then what I've been doing recently a lot is I just always want something more multi-purpose. I'll take a bit of that and I'll just put it on my cheeks. Even if it's a lip balm, I'll do that because there's no harm with a lip balm on your cheek because it's going to give you that little glow. And I was looking at Victoria Beckham, her new makeup range, which is actually very lovely, curated range, pretty packaging. And she has something called Aura Glow, and I thought that's great. And she said you can put it on top and then you can put this on top of that. And then I thought to myself, I could take the number 7 lip balm and I can just use it as a blusher and it will give a bit of glow because it's balmy. And I've sort of got 3 things in one. So makeup should be, if it can be, efficient. We don't all have time every day to do a ton of stuff. And I just, that's one of my big thoughts on makeup. I want to use my fingers. I want it to be easy in application. I want the colours to go on just so they really match my skin, hair and eye combination. And on the 23rd of October, you'll be hearing about this in more detail. But I'm going to end with what I bought at the weekend, which was a bit of Prince of Wales check. Now, Prince of Wales check was named after, I don't know which Prince of Wales. I don't think it was Edward VIII. It might have been earlier than that. But it's a distinctive black and white check. Usually comes in approximately that size. And they had trousers in Zara, which I got. Very nice. You can hardly see it's getting dark, but they're just a slightly cropped trouser. And then I saw this dress, and I thought, you know, I always love to do dress over trousers. So could I put the Prince of Wales check on another check? So I got this dress and put it on as I was in Zara, and I thought, I love this because you could wear it as a dress on its own with a nice pair of heels. I'm sorry you can't see much. Let me just turn it a bit like that. Let me just see if I can turn that. Like that. Do you see? It's really soft fabric. It's incredible. It feels like Viella. You can do it up at the neck if you want a kind of cleaner look. It's got this twisted bit here, and it's got buttons here so I can have my trousers coming out. Now, we're going to talk belts, definitely, when I do my next fashion bit, because belts are all in this season. This is a very old belt I got a long time ago from Ericsson Beeman. But I brought it out today and I thought, oh, could I belt this look? Even though there's that nice bit of net, you know, that sort of cross thing there. So I belt this look, add a bit of texture to the dress, and it makes it also slightly more nighttime. I have my legs popping out. I got my silver brogues on, if you can just about see. And it just gives it a smartness. So really, this is one of my favourite purchases of the season. Now, my other thing I got today, which any of you follow me on Instagram will know, is I got this bag, which I love, from Zara. Look at that. How pretty is that? Now, they sent it to me in the post, and look, they left the bloody tag on. How infuriating is that? You do something so you get it mail order, so you don't have to go to the store, and then you have to go back to the store to take off the bloody security tag. I mean, mad, but it won't stop me from showing you how cute the bag is. And how, if you don't have a belt, you could just put some bag over. I'm going to take the belt off to show you this. But it's amazing how a fun textured bag can make an outfit from daytime slightly to nighttime because you wear your jewellery down there. And I love the fact that it's purple and orange. There are two colours that are beautiful together and they go with grey. So there you have it. I've just literally, oh, one last thing. Yes, one last thing. There's a brand coming to London in October called Glossier, and a lot of people have been talking about, so I'm using their Boy Brow, but a lot of people have been talking about brows and all the different brows you can do. And there's a sort of trend, I'm so behind on the trends, but there's this trend of this messy brow. You know, we spent forever being taught to have this big Cara Delevingne brow, and now it's all about this messy brow. But I was playing at the weekend with how would I do the messy brow? Because I do usually, you know, I usually take a brow pen and do a cross following my line of my brows. And I'll build up, I haven't got enough on here, but I'll just, it might be too much. But I'll build it up. That's how I'd normally put on a brow gel. Like that, all right? So then I thought, okay, I've got quite long brows, but I'm gonna take a bit, smudging it off, and I'm gonna go backwards like this. And I'm going to put my brows up a bit and make them slightly messier. So you've got to do this look so that you don't look like you've taken off your clothes and just your hair has got, your brow hair has got caught up in your clothing. But there's something that I find interesting as a makeup look of having a slightly messier brow. Let me just see if I can see if I've done that correctly. I can do it a bit more over here. It's about having a bit more hair up. And my hair on my brow might be a bit too long. But anyway, play around with it. Tell me how you feel about makeup trends, because sometimes a trend you think, oh, can I do that? Is it for me? It's like, which is my best bright lip if red lips are in this season? Finding out what suits you is very difficult. And I feel like with clothing, we want to homage the trends, but we never want to not be true to ourselves. So, you know, if you have a certain shaped brow, you might suit the brow of the season, but if you don't, you might just want to play with a colour. It applies on all parts of our body and our face. Anyway, ladies, that's it. Any other last minute questions, Chloe?
It's comments, they love your lip and...
Isn't that great, that lip? I love that lip and cheek thing. It's really good. Number 7. It's great.
Jane bought the same version of your dress and it's good, super flattering on curvy girls.
Oh, good. Yes, it is. Chloe, this would be super flattering on you because also there's room in the arm. I got the small and I think it would fit up to a 16. Some Drugstore dresses, as we know, only go to a 14, even though they now have XXL. That's just bullshit, I'm afraid. But Chloe is a great supporter of knowing when a Zara dress fits. So if we do... oh, yes. Also, one other thing I want to ask you. How would you feel if I went shopping with a man and had a man in my bathroom? I just want to ask general consensus because there's a few of you who follow me who are men. And there's a few women who follow me who don't like too many men on the page, which I kind of get because we have our intimate chats here. But I was thinking, for the sake of your husbands or boyfriends or some men who might be watching, would you like me to do a Zara men's shop up? Would you like me to be in the bathroom with a man? I've got a man in mind, and just go through a general skincare routine for a man. Is that appealing to you,
okay,
the
Sarah
audience?
Says it will depend on the man. Angie says, yes, bring on a cute man.
A cute heterosexual man, you're talking, Angie, yes.
Katie says, why not? We love men too.
Well, I just toy with it. Don't, you know, think...
The man, basically.
Okay, think about yours, because this man might be gay, because it might take a gay man to come in my bathroom. I mean, I could ask my lovely COO, who is a man, Mark, and we have practiced some lipstick shades on him and things, but I think that I just don't know who it should be yet. I have got one man in mind, but he's a kind of fun, lovely gay man who has a great fashion sense. So anyway, how appealing is it? I'll go with a majority vote. It could be a little one-off.
Maybe a yes, Trinny.
All right, thank you. And then coming up next, because in no particular order, Chloe, let's just think of the next 5 things we're doing and give me some sense of what you want next, because I'm kind of up in the air about it. looking in more detail at autumn winter fashion trends, I think is definitely worth a shot, but sooner or later, going back into some more stores. I'm thinking of going back into French Connection. I saw them in the window the other day going down Oxford Street, and I thought, there's nice things in the window. And other stories I've done a bit. Massimo Dutti you keep asking me about, but I always go in and never find enough. Zara I will be going back to. So that's any other stores you'd like me to review. And just so you know, I don't want to do really, really inexpensive stores. I won't go into Primark and go and see what's there. I want to keep it this sort of range that's available to everyone and everyone would like. So got to keep it within that boundary. Would you like me again to go to Debenhams though and look at larger sizes? Should we go to Selfridges? I'm giving you so many ideas here. Should we go to Selfridges and have a look at all the designery and mid-designer things there are and have a snoop around there? Anyway, throwing it at you, throw it back at me and tell me what's interesting, because all those very cool bloggers are all in New York at the Fashion Week and going off and doing their glamorous things. So we're here in London, pounding the street and seeing what's out there. Anyway, ladies, have a good evening. I really got to go now because I'm going to lose the plot. But I'm loving this lip thing, using it everywhere. I could even use it on my eyes, but I might get carried away then. Okay.